Hey, what's up, everyone? I just wanted to talk real quick about forgiveness and forgiving yourself, really. My name is Lanoya, and my forum is called The Father's Forum, and I am an author. I also do a lot of other things within the writing community, but today I would like for you guys, if you like this topic, please share it with your friends and family. In addition to, please like the page, subscribe. I truly appreciate that. But I was in church today, and my pastor talked about when Jesus is on the cross, and the person next to him asked him if he would allow him to be in heaven with him. Can't really remember the scripture or the quote. But basically, at that moment, God gave him grace, right? I wanted to talk to the men about giving yourself grace. A lot of times when we make mistakes from a variety of different avenues, from things that we may have done in the past, sometimes it's hard for us to forgive ourselves for the things that we may have done to our wives, to our girlfriends, to our children, right? We may have done some really bad things. We may have did some things that in some people's eyes may be unforgiving. But for you to move forward, the first person that you have to forgive is yourself. The first person that you have to love is yourself. You have to give yourself grace, because we all make mistakes. We all have done some things in our past that we are not proud of, right? I know, because I've definitely done some things in my past that I am truly not proud of. And I would say that I went back to each individual person and explained to them that I am sorry. Then I tried to excuse it, but said I am sorry. And hopefully that person has forgave me and is willing to move forward. But at times people are not willing to forgive you. Sometimes people just want to hold those grudges. That is on them. They have to deal with that forgiveness within their heart on their end. But just like the man that was on the right side of Jesus Christ, when God was on that cross, God gave him grace because he asked for it, right? So simply giving yourself grace and asking God to forgive you for the things that you may have done is the first start to healing and reaching out to your children. Sometimes your kids are going to be mad, as I mentioned in a previous video, right? But you can't ask them to forgive you if you haven't forgiven yourself for your wrongs. And yes, sometimes people are going to throw your bad things up in your face. People are going to continue to remind you maybe of the things you did. And sometimes you just want to forget it. I want to be like, man, I ain't got time for this. I asked you to forgive me. I said I'm sorry. But healing takes time, right? You may be in a place where you want to be, that you're healed and that you moved on. But if you walked away from that person and now you're coming back, what you're doing is you're bringing up all those old wounds again. And now they may not been in a place where they're able to forgive you. And we're talking about our wives, we're talking about our kids, we're talking about our girlfriends, we even talking about maybe a woman that you may have gotten pregnant before in the past, but then you kind of walked away and you're like, wait a minute, man, you know, the child 3 years old. Now you got to try to figure out how you're going to get in contact with the woman and how you're going to relive it. Or, you know, your kids live in a different state and you kind of stayed out of the spirit of things. It's never too late to ask God to forgive you for the things you've done wrong. It's never too late to ask someone else to forgive you for the things that you did wrong as well. We all need forgiveness. None of us is perfect. There is no rule book on how to be a father, right? Many of us grow up without a dad, and a lot of times we grow with this shield, right? We grow with this force field, right? Where I got to be strong, I got to be tough. Ain't nobody gonna, push me over. Ain't nobody gonna dictate to me. That's that. I got to be strong for me. I got to be strong for my family. I got to be strong for my mom, my brothers and sisters. we as young boys always are thrust into the aspect of manhood long before we are ready, especially if there's no father in the house. Many times that is the role of a father, right? Is to allow us to stay young men as long as possible and lead and guide us in a way of manhood. So learn how to forgive that little boy that's still inside of you that says, hey man, I had to be a man at 12 or 13 or 14 years old. I had to protect my mom from this abusive boyfriend. Maybe we saw a lot of things that our mother went through, right? Maybe sometimes we might still be mad at our mother for going through those things. There is so many different avenues of our childhood that still affect us as men today. But I want you to start with first forgiving yourself, right? Let's start with forgiving ourselves. Let's start healing ourselves so we can then be positive and productive parents to our sons and daughters that truly still need us. I don't care if they 30 years old. She may say, I don't need you. You wasn't around. They need you. And they want you around. I promise you, our little girls and our boys, they need us around. They want us around. All right? They may not know how to express it. They may have not forgiven you for the time that you have lost with them. But they want you in their lives. But first, you must forgive yourself. Yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick. I appreciate your time. Again, please like, please subscribe, please join. The book is called The Empty Chair. God bless.